of making threats they never carry out. They bark but never leave. They then become paper tigers. For a woman, a man who is incapable of leaving for good is a man who has no power. Real commitment isn't born from a romantic promise. It's born from the acute awareness that the relationship is a contract that can be terminated at the slightest breach of respect. This is the specter of loss. It is the only force capable of regulating abusive behavior. The fear of losing someone is the natural stabilizer of a couple. Without this fear, human beings inevitably slide toward emotional laziness and lack of consideration. If she knows your red lines are elastic, she will trample them. If she knows your anger is fleeting and that you will always end up coming back, she will stop taking you seriously. Respect requires you to be capable of destroying the relationship to protect your dignity. You must be ready to lose what you have to remain who you are. It is this internal readiness for a final departure that creates your aura of sovereignty. She must feel that you care for her, but that you care for yourself even more. The taken-for-granted man fears the end. He does everything to avoid it, even if it means accepting humiliation. The sovereign man, however, integrates the end as a permanent option. He isn't unstable, he is principled. If the conditions for respect are no longer met, he leaves. Not out of revenge, not to manipulate, but because he has no business at a table where he is no longer honored. It is this ability to renounce comfort in the name of principles that both terrifies and attracts. The fear that one day you might simply stand up, take your things, and never be heard from again, is the foundation upon which she builds her investment. One doesn't play with fire when they know it can go out for good. This specter of loss isn't a sword of Damocles brandished aggressively. It is a silent fact. It is an atmosphere. It is the certainty she has, deep down, that your love is conditional. Contrary to the lies of cheesy movies, unconditional love does not exist between healthy adults. Love is conditioned by respect, loyalty, and effort. By making your love conditional, you make it precious. You give her a reason to fight to keep it. Commitment then becomes a choice renewed every day, motivated by the desire not to lose this rare man who knows how to say goodbye without trembling. Don't be the one who stays out of fear of the void. Be the one who leaves out of love for the truth. The day she understands that you don't need her to be whole, she will do everything to never leave your orbit. The fear of losing you is the most powerful reminder of your value. It is not a cruelty. It is the safeguard of your mutual dignity. Chapter 4. The power of withdrawal, reversing the polarity. Withdrawal is not an emotion. It is a surgical act. Most men make the mistake of talking too much. They complain. They explain their hurt. They plead for an understanding that never comes. This is a posture of weakness. It confirms that you are at her mercy. The sovereign man does not discuss his dissatisfaction. He embodies it through his absence. As soon as the limit is crossed, the flow stops. Instantly. No more messages. No more attention. No more availability. You cut the power. It is a necessary electric shock. It is the only signal that forces the other person out of their torpor. The goal is simple: reverse the polarity. Until now, you were the one running. You were the one trying to fix things. By withdrawing, you create an immense void. This isn't a child's tantrum. It is a quarantine of your vital energy. The silence that follows your departure is your most powerful speech. It says one thing clearly: asterisk, the contract is broken. I am no longer here. This void triggers an instinctive anxiety. The one who thought she possessed you suddenly realizes the precariousness of her situation. The spring has dried up. She is no longer the prey fleeing. She becomes the hunter who must win you back. To regain her comfort, to regain her security, withdrawal requires iron discipline. You must become a shadow. Don't vent on social media. Don't try to find out what she's thinking. You disappear into your own priorities. The taken-for-granted man is afraid his silence will be final. The sovereign man doesn't care. He knows that if his silence provokes no reaction, the relationship was already an empty shell. Withdrawal is the ultimate truth test. It reveals what you are truly worth in her eyes. Does she care about you, or does she only care about what you provide? The power of withdrawal lies in its calm. If you shout, she can ignore the noise. If you leave in silence, she is forced to listen to her own thoughts. She begins to count what she is losing. Your efforts, your protection, your light. She shifts from arrogance to worry. That is where respect is reborn, not because you asked for it, but because she became afraid of never having access to it again. You no longer beg for your place. She is the one who realizes she needs you to avoid staying in the dark. Withdrawal is not manipulation. It is a measure to protect your dignity. A man who respects himself does not stay where he is ignored. By leaving, you show her her future. A future without you. Let the silence resonate until she understands the real price of your presence. Chapter 5. The Free Man. The alchemy of fear is not a torture method. It is a philosophy of value. Most men fail because they are afraid of the void. They are afraid of loneliness. They cling to a mediocre presence for fear of having nothing else. It is this fear that makes them slaves. It is this fear that the woman feels. And it is this fear that kills her respect. The free man has killed that fear. He has understood a fundamental truth: you never possess anyone. You only possess the present moment, and the respect you grant yourself. The respect of the other is only a mirror of your personal authority. If you are ready to sacrifice everything to stay with her, you are worth nothing. If you are ready to leave her to stay true to your principles, you are worth everything. Alchemy consists of transforming this fear of loss into an engine for excellence. For her. And for you, she shouldn't be afraid of you. She should be afraid of disappointing you. She should be afraid of losing the light you bring into her life. She should be afraid that the door will close on a man she will never find anywhere else. This fear is not suffering. It is a compass. It tells her that what she has in her hands is precious. It reminds her that your love is not a right. It is a renewable gift. But for her to feel this, you must be truly free. You must have a mission, an empire to build, passions that consume you. Your life must be vast enough that her absence is not a catastrophe. If she is your only oxygen, you will suffocate her, and she will despise you for your dependence. The sovereign man is not an anchor stagnating at the bottom of the water. He is the horizon, unattainable, always in motion. He invites the other to follow him, but he does not stop if she gives up. It is this wild autonomy that is magnetic. Don't be the one who asks, "Do you love me?" Be the one who asks himself, "Does she still deserve my presence?" This shift in perspective changes everything. It restores the natural hierarchy. It imposes respect without a shout, without a threat. Just by the force of your being, the alchemy of fear ends here. It becomes a natural armor. You are no longer playing. You are that rare man. The one who knows how to give, but also the one who knows how to take back. The one who loves passionately, but the one who leaves with dignity. Respect is not a battle. It is a consequence. The consequence of your inner freedom. The file is closed. You have the codes. You have the method. You have the vision. Never let comfort anesthetize your value again. Never let the fear of losing another make you lose your soul. The analysis of the alchemy is complete. You have understood that your greatest power lies in your ability to renounce. You are no longer a safe option. You are a rare privilege. Subscribe to never forget the temperature of your own value. Leave a like of distinction. Signal to the world that your presence now has a price. Share this video with a friend who is drowning in the comfort of a relationship that is slowly destroying him. And to seal your transformation into a free man, write the word alchemy in the comments one last time. I will read the reports of those who have finally stopped fearing the void to embrace their power. Stay unattainable. Session adjourned.